Well, ladies and gents, back at it today. I'm going to try and get these gas tanks off today. And then I'm going to roll the frame outside, hopefully, if weather permitting. It's been almost spring, so it's raining all the time. It's been kind of keeping me from getting quite a bit done. But I'm going to try and get these gas tanks off today and roll it out and try and pressure wash it today. So let's see. Let me give you guys a little bit of a view of that. Maybe I can put it on time lapse. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get a little creative with the saddle strap bolts. They're pretty rusted, so I'm just gonna have to cut them. Safety squints engaged. easy does it. Alright, so there's still a lot of gas in there. Shit. Man, there's a lot of gas in that. Alright. And yes, I am going to run all new lines. The truck had 2 gas tanks, but at some point, well, when I was younger, both tanks got holes in them underneath because of these right here. You can see that. So these are what you call saddlebag gas tanks. And they're actually pretty unsafe. They stopped doing this on, I believe, the OBS trucks. They had the gas tanks mounted outside the frame walls. So if you got into a side impact collision, the gas tank was the first thing to get hit. So anyway, when I was younger, we got holes in here because I used to go down gravel roads and rocks would get just like that right there. Rocks would get in there, and I need to check that tank then. And they would get, over time, they would work a hole into the bottom of the gas tank. And that's what happened. And eventually the tanks got replaced. Well, one of them did. This one I noticed the other day. I thought they were both replaced, but this one has got, ooh, even worse, big janky holes. So I'm gonna have to get a new tank for the driver's side. I'm almost wondering, and if anybody sees this and you know, if there's any way to fit maybe a fuel cell between the rails, maybe in the back under the bed, and do away with the saddlebag gas tanks just for safety. So I don't know if you could fit a big enough one with the rear end. Probably not, because I also plan on lowering this. I'm not sure. Anybody wants to comment on how much is it honestly needed to do the C-notch? I've seen some people do them and I've seen some people not. I just don't know if it's actually needed. And if it's actually needed, then I can do that before I start putting the body back on. So if you have done a C-notch, or if you haven't done a C-notch, comment below. Let me know what you did. And if you had any problems if you didn't do the C-notch. Alright, I'm going to get this other gas tank off. And try and get it outside, maybe get some of this wiring tucked in, try and get it outside and pressure wash it. So I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, so I made a video where I did the whole pressure wash outside, and I thought it came out pretty good, but for some reason the memory card or something happened with my GoPro. So if anyone has a GoPro 8, the black 8, and you know why it would turn off and then I couldn't get it to turn back on, I had to hold the power button down for 10 seconds and then try and charge it, take the battery out, and then it came back on and started working again. If anyone has any idea of why that would happen, let me know. But I did get it power washed and it looks a lot better. I have one area of concern and I have no idea how this happened, but I'll show you that here in a minute. I think I found the born on date. I think it was made 12/5 of 86. I don't know if that is like a 1, like I don't understand what that is, but the frame came out pretty good. It's a little rough at the end, but there's still a lot of paint. I think with the wire wheel and a flat disc, I should be able to get most of it in power and a sandblaster to get the little rough edges and rough spots, but I think it's gonna be all right to get dried, scraped, sanded, whatever, and then repaint. There's still a lot of paint on it, and it's drying right now. So, but I mean, you know, I can see the frame numbers. It does look pretty good up front. Mine is still a little wet, but everything came out pretty good. The lines look good. I was figuring I was going to have to replace all of those. I think I can keep these up front. Now these back here though, the fuel lines are a little rusty and there's a mess back here anyway. I don't know if I should, I don't think I should try and keep these. I think I can order all new lines. I would like to get both tanks back in and working again. There is a switch in the cab to where you can switch back and forth between the right and the left gas tank. And I used to use it when I was younger, but after the tanks went bad, I don't know if they just deleted the other tank. I'm gonna have to make a video on the story of this because this was in my family for years, and then because it got the holes in the gas tanks, my mom sold it at one point. And there's a weird coincidental story about how I managed to get it back after 13 years, and it only had another 13,000 miles put on it in the whole 13 years. Actually under 13,000, but it looks pretty good. Maybe I'll go ahead and make this video of the story of it. All right, keeping busy. Still got quite a bit to do. Oh, so I noticed in the video later after I dropped the cab that it did, it bent up the master cylinder. So obviously this line I just noticed is trashed. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this booster. It's got a little bit of a bend back there. I don't think it's going to hold pressure. I'm not really sure how these work. If anyone else knows, feel free to let me know if this is going to be usable or not. I don't know if I can bend it back down. Well, shit. But anyway. All right. Check back later. Let me say, like I said, let me know if you know anything about this date or the master cylinder being able to be used or anything else that you see. Just let me know. All right. Later.